We can't get these microphones out any sooner. If you haven't seen, Universal Studios Great Britain has been officially confirmed to be happening, and we have concept art of the park. I'm here with Marcus at the site of Universal.
It's the day we've all been waiting for. Welcome to the field!
I genuinely, I couldn't sleep last night for a while because I was just sat there like, oh my god. If you don't know, we've been waiting for an announcement for ages. When did all this start? Like what? A year and a half? 2 years ago? Something like that?
Something like that, yeah.
So, yeah.
And we've been here since November.
We're not just here. We have gone home.
We have gone home, yes. There's so much to talk about. It's unreal. It actually makes the fact that the background has changed small news.
I know.
There's so much to touch on that isn't the fences.
And there's going to be so much more content about this to come, even here at the field. So, yeah, subscribe so you don't miss anything in the future. And make sure you follow along on Spotify, those listeners. Hello.
Hi, Spotify.
I forget that you can't see us.
Or can they?
They can. You can watch it on Spotify. Crazy.
We will get the smallest thing out of the way first.
Crazily.
The fences.
Yeah.
This happened like a day or two ago.
I think it was the other night, wasn't it?
It was literally spotted yesterday for the first time, I believe.
Yeah.
So these are brand new. This is where we've always, well, not always filmed the field, but this is where we filmed the most.
Most of them, yeah.
Most of the episodes of the field. And this wide open space has been turned into a narrow corridor of fences, which confirms a couple of things. This is absolutely still a public right-of-way, because they've made a corridor for people to walk down. So you're still allowed to walk along the public footpath.
And I'm assuming, I think that's the same the other side that we used to film at, the other side of the site that goes over the railway.
On the train side, yeah. So they haven't closed off public footpaths. It also just seems like a direct attack on the field. How dare they do this? We're not leaving.
We are still here, and it's not ending until we talk about when construction is supposed to start.
Oh yeah, that's a sore topic.
That's all that really needs to be said about the fences, right? Because it's literally just that would be big news. That would be an entire episode normally.
Yeah,
but,
an entire episode, wouldn't it, Twitter? There's nothing to talk about, is there? We don't want to talk about the fences. Let's talk about the meaty stuff.
That are just smiling ear to ear every single time I think about this. Like, is it what?
Smiling ear to ear.
What do you want me to be smiling from my hip to my elbow? This site behind us has now, we've already said it, but it's been approved to become a Universal Studios theme park here in Great Britain. Before we get into all the details of all like the jobs and the aspects of this park, just give me your thoughts on that.
Like you already said, I couldn't sleep last night.
No.
They had to drop it at bloody midnight when I'm getting my kit. When I first saw that concept art, I instantly just started zooming in on everything.
Yeah.
I don't know about you, but like I literally just had to see close up what all of these rides and buildings were for. And I think we're going to, maybe not in this episode, but maybe in a future episode or very soon or whatever, we're going to talk about exactly what we see and pull apart this concept art bit to bit. We really want to deep dive into what we think is in this concept art. And I mean, that's all I was doing last night, to be honest. I was just sat there like zooming.
I was sort of
as
refreshing my feed as if new information was going to come out. I don't know why. But I just sat there.
Like you hadn't enough already.
I put my phone down. I was like, right, I'm going to bed now. And then I picked it up again, and I was like, what if something new's been announced? I just can't believe it.
But Daniel.
Yes?
What do we know after the announcement? What do we know now?
Well, I don't know, but my phone knows. I'm going to read the information on gov.uk, you see. And it's about the multi-billion-pound investment secured as a Universal theme park and resort set to be built in Bedford, bringing thousands of jobs. I think that's the main thing with this, is the amount of jobs that's coming with it. I think if we actually scroll down a little bit, 28,000 jobs will be made in total across creative, hospitality, construction industries and more. So
that's amazing.
28,000. Oh, there's a train.
Blimey, the train's loud this morning.
He's excited. He's so giddy. Bringing an estimated £50 billion boost for the economy over its first, I think it's about 5 to 10 years that's going to happen. It's going to be huge for the UK theme park industry, European theme park industry, and I think just worldwide in general. This is probably the biggest announcement Europe's had since, I don't know, Disneyland Paris first got announced.
For anyone who's not as excited as we are, or taking the mick on Twitter out of people that are this excited, this is the single biggest news in not just the UK, but probably the Europe leisure industry scene ever. This is absolutely enormous. So, pipe down.
It's already been said multiple times, but I also agree with what Marcus said. 2031 is when it's going to open, so we've got 6 years to wait. And something we'll talk about in a little bit is to do with the fact construction has been set, not a specific date, but it has been said when around it's going to start. And it's not exactly soon.
Construction is set to start in 2026. It means we have a whole year to fill.
We've been filling for half a year already.
These aren't construction vlogs.
No.
We're not making construction vlogs, are we? We're making an informative podcast that talks about everything to do with the field. We could talk about the type of mud if we want to.
We could.
We could.
We could talk about Kit Kat Chunkies if we wanted to.
Rest up the Kit Kat Chunky. Also, our 50-strong camera crew is here and just as excited as us, aren't they?
Yeah, and they've all seen the concept art. Let's delve into that, because I think this is the main reason why you guys are watching. Of course, I know it's saying that it's confirmed, it's happening, but my God, that concept art.
Yeah. It's crazy it's crazy to think that the difference from yesterday till today is not only has it been confirmed approved, but we've seen a full wide picture literally depicting what the exact park is supposed to look like.
Crazy.
Obviously, concept, it could change in 6 years to what we see now, but this picture, if we're going off like the Epic Universe concept art, when that was approved, and the park looks near identical to that concept art.
Probably about like a few colour changes and maybe things a bit darker, a bit lighter, and that's literally it.
Yeah.
So
chances are, this picture that's been released last night is going to be the theme park that will be right here.
Surreal,
I can't even... Should we just turn the chairs around again?
What's being built behind us then? Let's have a chat about the actual concept art.
Yeah, we can see lots of coasters.
Lots of rides.
We can see lots of buildings.
Lots of water.
Lots of water as well.
Which is a lovely thing, by the way. I feel like you could use that for rides, but we've actually got a coaster going over that we'll get onto.
I love Islands of Adventure, which is situated around a lake.
Very similar.
And I think it's such a great model for a theme park as well, because you can look over the lake and see different lands across the ice. Such a nice feeling, such a vibe, so nice.
But the roller coasters, is there enough of them?
Oh my God, Daniel, there might not be enough rides in this theme park.
What is that voice?
For me, right, a theme park isn't just cram as many rides into every single square inch. We don't want like a fairground. We want a proper theme park
experience,
with themed lands. And this is what we can see.
Yep.
We've got these enormous coasters by the looks of it. Huge.
Potentially biggest in the UK, which...
I'm sorry, Fort Park. Yeah, we've got these enormous roller coasters, but also, areas in between where it seems there's huge buildings by the looks of it for potential dark rides. We obviously can't see inside the buildings.
No. Well, I can. I've got X-ray.
Some of the coasters are quite confusing to understand the layouts of, for sure. There's the green one. Yeah. Which was quite interesting. I think it's that first drop and then it goes
back up.
Well, I think it's just the perspective.
Maybe.
I think what we're looking at there is that it drops off and does like a curled drop, and then it comes back up behind and does a half loop down. It's just the perspective of it looks like it's going back up to the top of the lift.
Yeah, it's so weird.
Which I don't think it is. I think it's just behind and the perspective. But I think the most exciting coaster on there by far is the blue one we can see on the left hand side
with that huge double spike.
Yes, this is the thing, by the way. Everyone's saying online that it's a massive top hat. And you can't blame anyone for saying that because it seems to have a similar support structure
Oh, yeah, 100%.
to Red Force at Portaventura. Yeah. But we don't think that's the case because it wouldn't make sense with the rest of the layout. What we think we're looking at there is a big spike, or two spikes, right?
Yeah. One. So I think there's going to be one massive spike that's probably 200 foot plus. Because even with two Tatis and Pantheon spikes that they have, their support structure is very sort of just simple. It's just a few supports. The way they've done this one on the concept looks like it's going to be 200 plus because it is just, like you said, it's more Red Force, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's sort of like a weird triangular thing going up.
It kind of looks exactly like the spike on Top Thrill 2.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, with that support. Yeah. Oh my God.
And this place does have the permission and sort of the altitude allowance to build.
I really hope it's not a Zamperla.
The park does have a supposed sort of elevation allowance of up to about 300, 400 feet. So there is the possibility that coaster could be a giga, but I doubt it. And either way, it's probably going to be the tallest in the UK.
It looks like it could be. It looks enormous. It's got multiple rolling switch tracks.
Yep.
So switch tracks that you pass over and you're still moving as a train. So there's things like on Hagrid's and Tutatis. You're still riding. You haven't come to a stop and the track is switching behind you or in front of you. There's two of them, what appears to be two of them on this coaster. And a potential dark ride section.
Yeah.
So, God, this could be...
By the way, the fact that this is all this hype's just for one coaster we're talking about, there's so much more in this park that we can discuss. Like, there's a massive building in like the back left-ish that looks like an insanely big dark ride. The entrance to it, or like a sort of archway over the front of it, looks very similar to the Jurassic World one in Beijing, I think it is.
Right, okay.
So we could be seeing an insane dark ride like themed to Jurassic World. And
the fact that we could be getting some of the world's best rides here.
Yeah.
Down the road from... Oh, it's just...
I genuinely can't wait for this. What are your final thoughts?
To all the miserable buggers on Twitter that are moaning about people making updates about the single biggest and most exciting thing that's ever happened in the UK theme park space, to you, I say, pipe down, because your crybaby behaviour is embarrassing. Oh yeah, it's proper exciting, isn't it? Yeah.
You're going to see all of this go up behind us. We'll be covering it non-stop. I can't wait. So, subscribe. Bye.